What up, baby? It's another great weekend to go racing. This weekend we're at CJ Raceway, and unlike last weekend, it is a dust bowl out here. Last weekend we could barely get any momentum and we were sinking into the mud. This weekend I came out of here with a dust beard, which is fine because I'm essentially a child anyway and I can't grow facial hair. So coming out of this, it was the manliest I've ever looked. And I'm not joking about that either. When I was on my deployment, during No Shave November, I got unanimously, almost unanimously, if it was a race, I had a 5-minute lead on second place for the middle schooler award, which is essentially the worst one you could get. I mean, I had a whole building of people that essentially watched me grow a mustache and then went, yeah, that one is the worst one. But anyway, like I said, welcome to CJ Raceway. I consider this my home racetrack. It's not the closest track to the house, but it is the track that it seems like every series hits at least once. The local series hit it, GNCC hits it, also known as the Buckwheat 100. Nazar makes a tiny mistake there and we get around him. And I heard somebody say this, that if you didn't like this track, you just don't like woods racing. And I agree. Excuse me for a second.
Hey! Would you stop grabbing the fucking front brake around a turn, please?
Alright, sorry about that, we're back. I have such a bad habit of just grabbing a fistful of front brake and turning my handlebars, and it just results in the same exact thing every single time. And it's me eating a bunch of dirt. And then it lets riders like Rico Tilly here catch up to us. Listen to my goofy ass ask me if he's alright and then not slow down one bit. I didn't get his response at all. What if he would have responded and was like, nah man, my collarbone's broke? Well, too bad. I didn't even hear you. I feel like I was giving him more of a pep talk, you know? Like, hey man, you alright? You're alright. He's fine, by the way. He ended up passing me later on in this race. Winston Churchill once said, never let a good crisis go to waste. And I'm saying never let a good crash go to waste. So at least I got it on film. Shout out Freeman for blessing us with that one. We're going to take an alternate route around this guy. And oh man, it just funnels right down into a tight little section. Luckily I have the body type of goofy, so I've got extremely long legs that give me the ability to stop myself from crashing on hills a lot of the time. So that's a nice little hidden talent of mine. Why are we pausing? Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? We're gonna get this racing thing figured out one day. Shout out to WV Motard again for the clip. I stole it from him. Hopefully he's going to be okay with it. But Skidmore is on our tail, so we're going to have to put a move on this one. This is my favorite section out of the entire race. This was my favorite section because it was tight, yet it was tight with tiny trees. So if you messed up, you didn't mess up that big. You weren't going to die. But there was a bonus for getting through smoothly, so that was fun. Here I am dilly-dallying in the open fields per usual. So Skidmore is officially around us. And that's what will end the first lap, is we will end in 6th. Shout out to Chris Jennings, that's the CJ in CJ Raceway. Shout out to him for allowing all the series to kind of come here and race. I actually met CJ once. He's a baller dude. He actually tried to sell his RV to my dad, and my dad almost bought it, but the only issue was that it's a red and black RV, and we're Penn State fans, so we can't really take that tailgating in State College. It really just kind of throw off the aesthetics of the whole entire weekend for everybody, really, to introduce such ugly colors like Ohio State wears, you know, with the scarlet, silver, whatever they do, and all the stickers that they put on their helmets like a bunch of 2-year-olds. Just in general, we try to stay away from anything that would associate us with those nuts. Oh, you can hear my soul leave my body there for a second. The right side of this hill gets pretty chewed up after the first lap, so I decided to take this left side. And after clipping that tree and then having to hit this section, the mistakes are starting to pile up. And the wheels are falling off of this. This is going south very quick. This is another fun section, another tight, flowy section. I think this was an alternate line burned in by other people, but it was a lot of fun. Shout out WE Motard. And that brings us to the end of lap 2. I pretty much saw nobody except for Hall, and then we clipped a tree, crashed on an uphill, and lost him. So we're gonna have to try and find somebody, try to dig out a position here at lap 3. Try to find 5th place. This section must have been dangerous. This is where I put in that...
Hey, good save!
This is right where I put in that little handlebar in right before Freeman crashed. So that section was pretty difficult. But speaking of Freeman, there he is. So he's fine. He's fine. Not dead. Probably could have crashed a little harder, if I'm being honest, now that the race is over. And he passed me. There goes Liam Draper. Ended up winning the race. That is what 1 overall pace looks like. Here, there, and gone. He's out of here. And that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I ended it in 7th, so we'll see you next time.